What is going on, guys? Algo 2000 or Blitzwolf here today, bringing you a Warframe video, and today we're going to be talking about the best newcomer weapons as well as some of the top tier weapons in Warframe. So as you know, every time an update drops, they try to incorporate a new weapon for us to use or for us to have fun with. Some of them are good, some of them not so great. So I'm gonna just break down all the weapons that I think that are very good in terms of dealing great damage or possibly endgame material. So we're gonna start this off by dividing all the weapons into three categories: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 3 being the strongest of all the weapons, and tier 1 being I would say the best for newcomers, as well as just great weapons for mastery rank purposes. Alright, so we're going to start off with your top tier weapons, and these weapons are probably the best weapons in the game so far. So the first top tier weapon I'm going to say here is the Amprex. Then you have the Boulder Prime, the Soma, Paris Prime, the Synapse, and those are your top tier weapons in terms of primaries right there. So once again, it's a Synapse, Soma, Paris Prime, oh, I forgot to mention Dread, and Bolter, as well as Amprex. Those are your top tier weapons. Now we're moving on to tier 2, and these are weapons that are great but not as great as your top tier weapons, or can't surpass them very easily. So those weapons would be things like Boar Prime, Lantron Prime, Gordon's Wrath, Burst Prime, the Phage. Phage can also be considered a top tier weapon, but I don't know, maybe it's because I have a lack of shotgun mods. But the Phage could be in both tier 2 as well as top tier weapons. And then that's pretty much it, as in top second tier primary weapons. And then tier 1 would be, I guess, great for newcomers. So that would be your MK1 Barathon, your Barathon, and the other weapons that follow. So all the other weapons would be in like your tier 1, but not all of them are great for or can be acquired by newcomers very easily. Alright, next we're going to move into secondaries. Now for secondaries, sadly to say this, there are only 3 weapons that are top tier, or I should say 4, but we'll stick with 3. Yeah, let's go with 3. So that would be your Brack, your Armstrong, and your Murloc. Those would be the top 3 weapons in the game. Then for your tier 2, you have Lex Prime, the Lotus anniversary weapons, the Darkon, and then the rest, and also Scapros Prime, which is your 5 burst weapon. And then tier 1 would be all the rest, which are great for newcomers as well as mastery rank purposes. For newcomers, I recommend getting these, or the Bolto, as well as the Akimbo Bolto, which is pretty damn good. Now for melee. Melee, your top tier weapons would be your dual Ikas, your Dragon Arcana, Darker Prime, bow prime, but I don't have it here with me. And your tier 2 weapons would be Fang Prime, or Taurus Prime, Reaper Prime, Glaive Prime, and Nami Soul, as well as Soul Skyla, but I don't have it here either, as well as the dual Zorns and Fang. Those would be your tier 2, and then tier 1 would be all the rest, which are your Skana, your Glaive. Oh, I forgot to mention, in your tier 2 you have Jetta Tag, which I don't have anymore. I sold it. And yeah, but all the rest are in your tier 1. So that pretty much covers your tier 1 as well as your tier 3 weapons. So and let's talk about Sentinels for a bit, since I have some time. Sentinels, the best Sentinel so far to get, I would say, for a newcomer is probably Carrier. Just because Carrier can pick up everything that you leave behind if you max out Vacuum, and it has a pretty decent amount of shotgun attack to protect you from those unexpected mobs. If you don't have enough to work up on Carrier, you can always get Deck Cube, which isn't too bad. And then lastly, for stealth gameplay, if you want something to, you know, just deal with stealth, get Shade. But all the rest, just for mastery rank purposes and just to have them. Alright guys, if this video did help you out, drop it a like, give it a favorite, share it with your friends. And if you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Any constructive criticism, it always helps me out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright guys, until next time.